My name is Itezelle Miller. I'm an agent single point of contact with Humana's Consumer Service Operations. I first found out I contracted COVID in July of 2020. I had gone for a run on July 3rd and had pain shooting up my legs, but at that time I didn't think it was COVID. When I couldn't breathe anymore and my temperature hadn't fallen below 102, my husband rushed me to the hospital, and that's where I discovered I had COVID. So they admitted me and they hooked me up to a high flow oxygen. A doctor came in full PPE and told me what was happening, that they were going to give me an experimental drug. But he suggested that even though it was experimental, I needed it because the COVID had already progressed so far that if they didn't give it to me, they may not be able to save me. So I started that treatment, but it took a minute before the drug actually began to affect the COVID symptoms. So the first 3 hours of being in the hospital were very critical to get me stabilized. And that night, I wasn't getting better yet. And so they started contacting my family to make sure, I had everything in order in case the drug didn't work. The mental toll COVID took is the worst part of it. I mean, as you can see, I'm still crying to this day about what happened, and I see a specific counselor for this. I see a trauma counselor, because being so suddenly admitted to a hospital when you feel like you were just so healthy, it's traumatic. The whole experience was traumatic. I'm grateful Humana had support groups for this. It was such a relief to be in a group with, people that work with you or that are in your same company that are like, this is what I'm going through. This is what happened to me, and not feeling alone, like realizing that there are other people out there that suffered too, and that they get it. They get what this memory fog is. They get what this traumatic experience is. And it also gives you a sense of thankfulness and gratitude that you made it out, because some people suffered even more than I did. This company, all of the resources that they gave me while I was out, the team that I came back to that was so supportive, so generous. I'm so grateful to this company for everything. Because if I had come back to a toxic work environment, I would have crumbled immediately and I would have left. But that's not what we do at Humana. We don't just take care of external members, we take care of each other.